Daniel, English, French, German, or Spanish?
English. It's mostly used, so yeah, English. But if I had a choice, I'd choose Spanish. I hear the girls find it very romantic, so como estás?
Okay. Mic check and it works. The trial begins. The jury needs to be addressed. And this is my opening statement. My name is Francois, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be your barrister today, approaching the bench with a local language like Harvey Specter on a pro bono business case, if that would be lit. Well, I guess. So let me grab my suit and file the patent. It's an honor to be joined once more by two terrific tech lawyers as we head to the courtroom to see the judge. Firstly, you won't find his kind very rare, so please lend me your ear to make sure the hearing is only what you hear. Flipping through the statements here and there, the judge realizes he makes great videos with the Premiere Pro software. Presenting his showreel as evidence, there is no need to fear, so kindly listen as he speaks from the defendant's chair. Isaac Roxon, s'il vous plaît.
Hello people. Hello people.
And also...
You kill me! Are you tearing me? I have been torn into pieces, bro. Okay. Let's go.
And also, born and bred in Ghana. To be precise, he's from Accra. Abi, you know that. Way too close to study for the bar, but he's more than a lawyer. Last week, his sister, Nana, helped during his fever, but he's now back and strong, no anemia. He's our favorite coder, engineer, manager. In fact, I can go further, but I'll have to reserve the rest for poetic intros on 8th November. Increase your volume a little higher and behold, as Daniel Mensah sets the studio on fire.
Thank you, Your Honor. But I feel that this intro has a lot of puzzles. It's a puzzle in itself.
It is.
Anyway, whoever is able to crack this code, I think deserves something.
Right. Yeah. Try your hands on it.
Get Sobolo.
Your comments. In the comment
course.
section, we are looking forward to it.
Of course.
Waiting for you.
Dear listeners of ours, ni hao, and welcome once again to the ni hao, ni hao, ni hao.
Why Nihao?
From s'il vous plaît to ni hao.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right,
Oh,
right,
straight.
Languages and info. Right?
Of course.
I thought it was
course.
speaking tree.
And welcome once again to the Ionables Tech Podcast. The 7th court session has begun at long last. Order.
Court rise.
Yeah, that means we start, right? Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you hear the bank, do you rather keep mute or you talk?
I have no idea.
Okay, it's a pleasure having you guys in the studio today. So this is Isaac Roxon, the guy behind the motion graphics you see. Andy's somewhat sick. He wasn't able to make it. And so his sister Priscilla is taking care of him at home.
Thank God for sisters.
Thank God for sisters.
Hey,
That I do not have.
I also don't have a sister.
Oh,
I think your parents still have time.
Share. I'm what that.
okay. So Roxon is always behind. Today we've brought him to the surface.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
We are talking about keyboards. We are talking about language inputs. We are talking about voice recognition. Anything that has to do with languages and what you can hear. So I would like to ask Roxon.
Yeah, man.
What's your experience with computer hardware keyboards?
Okay, so with computer keyboards, my experience with them are somewhat nice. Some keyboards are nice to use, others are very, very bad. I've used a keyboard that has like a different layout from what I selected when I was installing the operating system.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had this PC which was German, so the keyboard layout was German.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I installed an English Windows, and I normally use a UK layout.
Mm-hmm.
And then where
that's the QWERTY UIOP, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And where some things were,
Of course, you'd have the Y as a Z.
Oh yeah, true. That one, yeah. And the M was a comma.
Okay.
It was very nasty. No offense to the German users, but really, your keyboard translator ain't bad pass.
Which means you're able to control the inputs, right, from your operating system.
Yeah.
So does it mean I can actually press a Q and then I get something else?
Yeah, there's actually something called keyboard mapping.
Okay.
I learned about key mapping first with mouse.
Okay.
I like watching people play games actually.
Okay.
And then I noticed more gamers they like mapping their keys on their mouse. Like you get a gamer with, let's say, a 5-button input, and then they change the settings to fit their what do you call it? Their desired controls.
And your preferences.
Yeah. And normally keyboard mapping, if you're a gamer, it is normal. Like you go into settings and just change certain specific keys you use to, let's say, you walk. Some people would prefer the arrow keys, others would prefer the WASD. Yeah. So that's also a form of mapping keys.
That's like the basic form.
Yeah, like the super basic form of mapping keys, and it's also in video editing. Yeah, you map keys to create shortcuts to whatever you want to. Yeah, and also shortcuts to on keyboards are also mapped keys. Yeah, you can change them with the right software.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to typing documents, okay, say you're supposed to type a document in a Ghanaian language, such as Ga or Ewe, where you have certain characters, okay, that are not on the English keyboard. You can make mappings to those characters, isn't it? But that's going to be like stress. You know, I would be typing documents in various languages, in English as well, which means all the time I have to be making mappings. Is that not stress? Have you had any experience with that? How stressful was it?
With typing, my experience is with more of the mobile phone typing, where they have what do you call it, a special key, like the globe. There's this little globe icon in the lower left corner where you can
system.
No, on a mobile phone.
Which operating system?
I use iOS. I use Apple.
I think it was even on
Android.
Android.
It's on Android.
It was on Android too, but I don't know. I think it has changed to the gear. How do you?
Oh,
call that
okay.
thing? The settings sign. Yeah.
Okay. I on iOS you have to long press the you see some ABC key down there. Immediately you press and hold. You see the different kind of keyboards you have selected, like activated. There are a lot of keyboards, like there are German, there are Chinese, there are a whole lot. Yeah.
So you're able to download them.
Yeah, you're able to download keyboard.
Then you have a key that can easily switch through the installed keyboards.
That's like the fastest way to like quickly change the map of your keyboard. Like as you were saying, with the, let's say you are typing a document and you want to type in Ga. Let's say you have a shortcut map to change the whole layout of your key to Ga. You can just hit it and just everything will change. And just continue with whatever you're doing.
Okay, so it can be made easier.
Yeah, it can be made easier.
Yeah, it can. You know how big companies, big corporations like even Google are trying to make their web service available to people of different races, different ages, different languages. So you even go on Google today and you can see Hausa as part of the language preferences. It's the same with the keyboards. There are different languages. You just choose and the layout will change because there are some letters in certain languages that do not appear in some languages.
Right.
Like in Ghana, we have O and If I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, right.
First, how about some Ewe letters that are not in
Yeah,
there?
you have similar in Ewe
Ewe.
and much more.
Yeah.
Bleh.
Like what?
Yeah.
What the hell was like,
Yeah.
How,
It looks like
what is the gang sign? But
I can describe it to you. It looks like forms like a base triangle and then an inverted triangle without a base.
Okay.
like an X with the bottom legs connected.
That's simple.
All right. So in cases like that, Google or certain big corporations are making it easy in such a way that you can easily switch to the local language or the language of your choice.
But here is the problem.
Mhm.
Here is what I think is a problem. Okay. The hardware keyboards. Okay.
Oh.
As Roxin says, well, you can have key mappings. Okay, that's quickly change your layout. But then, can you imagine this difficulty? I do a lot of typing. Okay, so this is what I experience. You now have to visualize
Yeah. Yeah.
those characters on the keyboard.
Yeah, true.
You don't get to see them.
True.
But then with our phones, which so many people use a lot, I don't know if today. Okay, fine. Touchscreens. Okay. Now you have most devices, most laptops, even desktops coming as touchscreens.
Yeah.
So you can have
The on-screen keyboard.
layouts.
Yeah.
You can quickly change them. But for those of us who are quite
Archaic.
antiquated, I think our savior is the touchscreens.
Absolutely. Because it's more dynamic.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's more dynamic.
Yeah.
So moving on, software gets smarter and you're able to give it text and it's able to produce voice, known as speech synthesis, right? Can you explain how that works?
The ability for the computer to speak to you is speech synthesis. Like it's not natural. It's something which is created using AI. As you mentioned, it's able to synthesize that, which is basically artificially creating speech. So right now, computers are learning, and they are learning very, very, very fast. Even though people are helping it out. I read an article on it where people actually had to teach the computer how to pronounce stuff.
Okay.
And through that, they created a whole lot of library of phonetics, how the things, words are being pronounced, how letters are being pronounced, like basically taking a child back to school and teaching it, training it all over again to know how to speak. Yeah. So computers didn't really have that ability at first. Text to speech.
So it's just like Roxanne said, everything is just basic. Computers are learning.
Yeah.
So you take a child to school, he learns how to pronounce. You know that children learn by listening to what the adults talk about.
Yeah, true.
So the adult says, "Brah," or "eat," or "come."
Yeah.
Then the child also says, "come." He uses "come" the same way he heard it. It's the same with the computer. So there was a time that in those days, computers used to talk in a particular way. They pronounce the words in one particular fashion, and that's where the robotic voice came about. So there was no flow.
Yeah.
I am here to eat. Something like that. So the computers started like that. So that was when the robotic voice came. But I realized that even in day-to-day interactions with AI, you are talking to Google, you are talking to Siri, or the the assistant in your car.
Right.
There's a little bit of flow in it.
Yeah.
So you ask Google, who is your founder? And it's like, I don't know, but I was created in maybe San Francisco or California or something. The flow is there.
Yeah.
So with time, it's improving.
Yeah.
And it's growing. So it started from somewhere and it goes on.
Okay.
But can you believe that it was this whole text to speech thing started about 70 years ago in the 1950s, 1960s?
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
That technology existed and over time it has improved. And now we can interact with AI or assistants so freely.
That's very nice.
Semi-cultural.
Just like Isaac Roxon said. Okay, that brings us to speech recognition. Devices today are able to recognize speech, right?
Right.
They're able to differentiate. Okay, this is you, this is someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, there are softwares that are able to detect the kind of music that's playing. They are even able to match it to the lyrics.
Yeah. So basically, it's tech. It's technology. Technology is improving. Technology is growing. And with the speech recognition, I think there are two things that actually contributed to this. We call them audio modeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's audio modeling and language modeling. So in audio modeling, what the phone does is that it uses its internal microphones or external microphones to look at the audio signals it's receiving.
Okay.
So it measures them and it uses the signals around or the linguistic units.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's receiving the sound, processing the sound, and it's looking at what is going on the outside, the audio, the entire audio it's receiving, including its everything audio, right?
So basically, it's creating a voice print.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the audio man, the audio and video man. And it also has the language modeling. Language modeling is where it looks at the word sequence or the sequence of words you're putting in. So the sentence that you put in, it considers that too. I think it in a way it's looking at the semantics and the syntax.
Okay.
So in the syntax is like the audio signals.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how it comes, the structure of the audio. Then the semantics is how the words are sent or how the sentence is. I think. Yeah. Basically, I think that is how we should work.
Wow.
But I'm sure Roxanne will give us some more insight on speech recognition.
Speech recognition, right? I think you went overkill with all of this. It's you went very, very overkill with it. I like your explanation. Not that I'm an expert though, but you know when you the way you speak, just like your fingerprint, using the way you speak, the computer can generate a model of your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's audio fingerprinting in Shazam and other audio services.
Oh, okay. So that's how they used to find that particular music you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's all part of it.
It's basically the same idea.
Yeah. True. So they are just all like templates people have created and
so a chance database,
a huge database of everything inside.
So that brings us to creation of new words too.
Yeah. The dictionary is expanding with new words from tech. Words that didn't exist before.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, someone can just say, you can hear Ghanaian. I don't know whether I said outside, but Ghanaian can say, I'm Ubering to Spentex.
Yeah.
Google it.
Right.
Google is now a verb.
Yeah.
So tech is affecting the language you speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Like now when you talk about cloud,
Mm-hmm.
the cloud, you're not just talking about
Rain falling from the sky.
Exactly.
Very good.
Data somewhere.
a group of computers connected.
The verbs, adjectives, and everything.
Yeah, everything is changing. So there are some new jargons being introduced. And
Very
and
true.
all that.
Day in, day out, there are new words being added.
Exactly. You know,
Influence
recently,
of tech.
I heard a very funny story recently. I don't know whether it's very true, but there was apparently the Queen of England was giving a speech somewhere, and there was a time that the plural of stadium was only stadia.
Yeah.
And apparently she used stadiums in
So
her
that's
speech.
it.
And immediately
It's
she
not
used
official.
it, it became
Right.
an official
It's from
word.
the Queen.
Exactly. So, well, tech is forcing its way into
Yeah.
it. So very soon, I'm sure most of the words. Yeah. Like, hopefully there will be a time where when you want to research a tech topic, you'll be like, oh, I want to eye on the bullet. I don't know how.
I want to get some nipples.
Yeah. Let's get some demos.
Yeah. But you know, I'm actually glad Yahoo didn't make it in the search race. Imagine saying, let's Yahoo it. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be very crazy.
You think you sound nice?
Oh no. Like Bing is actually nice.
Let's bing it.
Yes, let's bing it. I'm actually glad Google made it.
Also it's not just in terms of the jargons, but also the way of communicating is changing.
Okay.
Like right now, you can use GIFs, you can use stickers. It's not just words. So like somebody emojis. So the whole form of communication is
has
changing.
changed. Language has changed. Really evolved.
Really.
And speaking about emoji, I quite remember when it came out, someone created emojis and Apple bought it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I didn't get the part of Apple that had emojis on it. So
I actually need to use an emoji or have it on your system. You need to buy rights from Apple.
I used to download an emoji keyboard. I think for WhatsApp, all my Android friends were having emojis on their, like, immediately they get their phone, it comes with emojis and stuff. And I would have to wait to update to the next iOS to get the new emojis and stuff. You get me? So I tend to download an emoji keyboard, which is like taking it back to what we're talking about, keyboard layouts and stuff. Yeah. That was like my first, like, me noticing keyboard mapping and keyboard layouts, how it works and all of those. Yeah. So basically it's so. Do you hear about this hack that came out where people send this old Hindi text? I think it's in Telugu. It immediately received that it came out, I think, iOS 11. Yeah. It was only affecting Apple users. So to the non-Apple users, I think you can laugh at us now, but we fixed it. We fixed it. That was like a lot of iOS updates ago. Yeah. Someone sent you a text in that, and then your app crashes, like straightforward. It's like the cell phone cannot process the text.
Really?
Yes, it crashes. Like,
wow.
I am using that version of iOS. If you send me that, it will crash.
Yes, they're attacking you.
Yeah. I'm updating tonight. But then that was also when I realized the power of just a single letter, what it's capable of doing to your device.
Yeah. And then you also realize how fast you are able to translate one language to the other using your phone, perhaps. How does that also work? You know, it got to a time where you could even actually activate your camera and then directly it just happens. On the wall, you see Chinese, and then from your phone, you're able to read English.
Okay, so basically, with all what we said, from text to speech and speech to text, with all this synthesizing going on, it's basically like, let's say that with a translation, when you say something to your phone actually recognizes what you are saying. Let's say, hello in English. And let's say Franz, our host here, speaks Chinese. So we have an app that can translate what I'm saying from English to Chinese. With translating to Google has I think they have a voice not a voice translator, a text translator. Yeah. I think people built on that data, and they used it to create translators. So when I say hello, the device takes it in and then translates it into whatever language you want it to translate, and then it speaks it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Samsung actually has an app for it. It uses augmented reality to create like live text replacement and tracking. Like it's a whole new world when it comes to augmented reality, which I would like us to have a talk on if it will be possible.
Augmented reality.
Yes, augmented.
Wow, it's been a long talk and very informative. And we're glad that we've had all this information today and these discussions today. And so that does not bring us to the end of the show. It brings us to announcements. The final season for Silicon Valley.
The final season.
Yeah, has aired its first episode last Sunday.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And episode 2 is coming this Sunday. So,
Have you seen the first episode?
so interesting, man.
I think I watched.
Go
I
watch
watched the what do you call it? A trailer of it. I think they were trying to imitate Mark Zuckerberg.
It's rather the opposite. You should see it.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, but
Okay,
I look forward to it.
it's supposed to be the opposite.
But Silicon Valley is a tech series, a
Yes.
very interesting tech series
Right.
that would not just improve your knowledge in tech, but would also help you in
Very true.
navigating through
Yeah.
navigating through your daily lives. So,
Thank you so much, listeners, for listening to episode 7. Let's get interactive on Twitter and Instagram. Please follow us at Ionables and enjoy all the fun content. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Ionables, please do so and keep the post notification bell on. Dear listeners, this case has been adjourned.
Cut rise.